Yeah. So let's go back a little bit to the early days. Let's say like let's go early 90s. So when you put out I wish my brother George was here. I guess how did you gain you have this kind of like very niche fan base, like a very dedicated one. And I'm kind of wondering, like, was that kind of a word of mouth thing too? Like, how did Dell kind of become Dell? Like, how did this like
Word of mouth, pretty much. You mean like from
like
where I stay at and
yeah.
from that, like it was a point on a GPS or something? Okay. It started out with me, you are here, right? Mm-hmm. And I'm just battling people, whether it's battling with graffiti or battling with breaking or sometimes rapping. Mm-hmm. From that, people started to know who I was. I started getting a little reputation for being kind of clean or whatever, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Then from that, it just spread. And there wasn't too many people that was rapping or doing anything seriously with hip hop. So whoever that was good somewhere else heard of me, they'd be like, oh, okay, dude is cool too. And then we would hook up. Mm-hmm. Maybe battle, maybe not, you know what I mean? But that's how the word spread, because you battle, you in front of a whole bunch of people, like a crowd, a lot of times. So, you know, whatever impression you leave with that crowd of people, you might as well be performing. You know what I'm saying? I did a lot of talent shows and stuff too, and that spread my name even further than that. Mm-hmm. Then I started working with Jinx, you know, Sir Jinx, and he was down with Ice Cube at the time. Mm-hmm. So that's really when I started really making real songs.
Wow. So I was actually watching the Unsung documentary on Yo-Yo. I interviewed her a couple days ago.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, she was opening up for Eric B. and Rakim in Denver last Thursday. And I grabbed her and I was like, I gotta talk to you, you know. And she really is a woman that I really respect in this hip hop game.
Yeah, Yo-Yo's great. She's great, definitely.
Yeah, well, actually, it's funny because in the documentary, Cube brings up Jinx, and Jinx is on that too. Mm-hmm. And so, you know, how did, you know, if you guys don't know, Ice Cube is Dell's cousin. Mm-hmm. So I'm kind of wondering, like, how did your relationship with him kind of help you along and vice versa? I know you did a lot of writing for him back in the day, if I'm correct. Yeah.
Cube?
Yeah.
Cube helped out a lot, but more on the end of coming out with the record. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? The development, he wasn't really tripping that hard with that part. Mm-hmm. He kind of just was like, okay, you rap. In his mind, he probably was thinking, oh, you trying to rap now too? You know what I'm saying? That's something he might have been thinking, because he kind of just was like, oh, whatever. And then me and Jinx got the music good enough to where he started paying attention. Like, oh, okay, this is tight. Then he stepped in, he started adding a little bit to it too. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like we did a song called Smoked Out Charlie, and he played as Smoked Out Charlie. You know what I mean? You know Cube hella funny, you know what I mean?
Yes.
So that's how it started with that, you know what I mean? That and two, I was working with Sir Jinx in LA, and then my reputation started growing more from working with him. You know what I mean? Just in the streets and stuff, I mean. But that's the most important thing as far as I'm concerned. Like, you got to have that respect in the streets where you at. Otherwise, it's like, okay, who is you? Who is this fool? You just popped up out of nowhere or something. It's like somebody came and just handed you a deal and you just came out. Mm-hmm. You didn't do nothing. Who is you, you know?
Well, so, and I think it's interesting, too, though. You have Cube with NWA doing the, you know, hardcore gangster shit. But then you, on the other hand, you're rapping about, like, comic books and like very different things. So did that feel kind of like I don't know, like was it a risk in any way, like for you to like be going up against this like kind of gangster rap wave that was at the time? Or
I wasn't really going against it, really, you know what I mean? I just kind of do things a little bit differently, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I wasn't really going against it though. Mm-hmm. I kind of, you know, see the same type of things that Cube does.
Well,
I just speak about it in different ways. You know what I mean?
You just have a different approach.
I got a different approach, true. Mm-hmm. Our music was inspired by the same type of music, though. Mm-hmm. Only difference between me and Cube as far as our favorite albums was I like more obscure hip-hop than he did. So I like Ultramagnetic MCs. I think they the greatest. or, you know, Gangstar. And he'd be like, why do you listen to Gangstar? Like, what do you think is so, he sounds monotone. Like, or why do you listen to Ultramagnetic? Cool Keith, I guess, is cool, but you like this? You know what I'm saying? Probably sound like garbage to him. Wow. You know what I mean? But I can understand why it would sound like that to him, because it was very experimental. You know what I'm saying? It was crazy, but that's why I liked it, because it was so crazy.
What were some of the artists that you had in common? I'm curious.
You know, EPMD, we both love EPMD. We both love Public Enemy, you know what I'm saying? You know, everything you supposed to love, basically, you know what I'm saying?
Anybody with good taste, at least, I hope.
You feel me? Like all the standards that you would want to be bumping, especially EPMD and Public Enemy. Them two was on the radar all the time. KRS One, I remember Cube got Edutainment before it came out, and I was like, damn, you got Edutainment. Oh, and he had what's Fear of a Black Planet. He had Welcome to the Terror Dome. I was like, oh my God. Yeah. He was slapping that in his Samurai Suzuki. I was with him. Slapping that like all day, over and over.
Did that make you want to get your levels up? Like, oh man, I gotta improve my bars.
Oh no, I wasn't looking at it like that. I was more just geeking off of it like he was, you know.
Yeah.
Their music is amazing, and that album in particular is just stupid.
Right.